Hello everyone, welcome to YouTube Friday. I'm Nancy Thompson, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and it's time for some creative ink. Fridays here on YouTube is either some type of fun fold or technique, and guess what we have today? We have a fun fold using using the sketch that we did on Wednesday, sketch number 17. Where we're using the center focal point. Let's see, what do I have? I have that card. So we're going to use this center focal point, this square 3x4 inch piece, to get us started with our creativity and add this to a fun fold. So welcome to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, please say hello and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you get notified that I'm here. So let's get started. And hello, Colleen and Shirley, welcome. Glad you're here today. Let me just, hopefully my lighting is okay. So these are two of the cards that I showed on Wednesday. And so simple. This is with the Nature Sweetness designer paper and a couple of the bundles in that suite, that collection. Some things are retiring, so let's look at that. So this stamp set and dies, the Lovely and Sweet, these are carrying over to our annual catalog, but not as a bundle. So if you love these, now's a great time to save that 10% and gather them up. But this one here, the Notes of Nature, is retiring, and I'm using pretty much this today, okay, because I love the leaf and I love this little grid collage type background, and I love the words in there. Just a little note to say hello. So we are going to use this today, and of course we're going to use some of this fabulous paper. And one thing I'm super happy about, this paper is carrying over as well. So Stampin' Up! Hasn't done that in a while, and I'm thrilled that this is carrying over. So you can check that out in the online store. It's just great masculine type paper or anniversary paper, just when you want that nice wow type of card. Okay, so and if you have a piece of paper, or maybe you have a backing of designer paper, that the paper board that comes in like this, I use, and we're going to make a template first, okay? So you can understand the concept of how this fun fold works, or you write down some measurements as well, okay? So we're simply going to have a 5.5, and I didn't write that on here. So let me grab a pen here. So my template is 5.5 inches by 12 inches, okay? And this is really easy to do. Let me zoom in a little bit. Well, I don't want to zoom in too much because we're going to pull in that paper trimmer, okay? And I love making templates so I can, because it's just going to fold up and create our fun fold. And then we're going to decorate it from there. So, and there's a couple ways that we can use this template as well. So, okay, let's get started. So I pulled out this design of paper. I love this. I love the Pebble Path color for the background of the paper and all that gorgeous gold scripty. And here's the back side of Pecan Pie. So you want to, when you're doing this fun fold, you really want to make sure that you're happy with both sides. Generally, both sides coordinate well with each other, and I think these go good with each other. So you want to make sure when you're choosing your designer paper for this card that you're happy with both, because we are going to see both sides of the paper. Okay, so let's pull in our paper trimmer. Okay, and this is in our annual catalog if you don't have one yet. And the other thing is, you want to make sure your paper is going landscape. Okay, so we're going to cut it on the landscape side. So our design, especially if it's directional, this is directional. So we want to make sure we cut it so we have the 5.5 inches landscape, okay? Okay, so my scripty is going this way, so we're going to put it on its side, and we're going to simply cut it off at 5.5 inches. So you can get two cards out of one piece of paper. Where's my 5? There we go. I like to be accurate. Okay, so simply going to cut that so you can make another card, still have more to trim off there. And now we're going to just simply turn it on its side, okay? I forgot, we're going to make our template. So if you're doing the template, okay, we are going to simply start at scoring at 4¼ inches, okay? Maybe I'll put it, no, I got to open up the arm. I'm one that has the arm opened at the bottom. Let me see if I can keep it so you guys can see. So I scored at 4¼ Then we're going to slide it all the way down to 7¼ okay, and then our last one is 10¼ inches, okay, and that's all there is to it. All right, so 4¼ 7¼ and 10¼ inches, okay, easy peasy. So if you notice, this is for our normal card base is 4¼ by 5½, and that's what we have. So when it all folds up, we still have that normal card base, okay? All right, so I guess we still need this to do our card. So when you're scoring on designer paper, here's a really good tip. It's thinner than cardstock, so you want to have a gentle hand with this in your scoring, okay? So that's really important. So let's go back to our template, okay? So it's 4¼ is our first mark, so let's slide it down to there. And remember, the gray one is for scoring because it's lighter color, and the darker one is the heavier touch, okay? So let's just park that out of the way, and let's do 4¼ and I'm barely touching this, okay? And then we'll slide it down to 7¼ because if you do it too heavy-handed, then you're going to tear your cardstock, and you're going to have a, you know, a hole in it. So okay, and then finally 10¼ inches, and we are done. Voila! So we got 3 score marks, and you can still see them, okay? All right, so we are done with this. So this is really a simple card. You're gonna love doing this. So we're gonna just on that first score mark, 4¼ There we go. I want to make sure when I'm scoring that my edges are lining up as well, okay? I'm going to just finger press it right now, and then we're going to, so the first one gets folded this way, and then we're going to fold it back, okay? Making sure my edges are lined up, and then the final score mark is going to come into here, and make sure those are lined up, and then these should be pretty lined up as well, okay? So let's grab a bone folder here, and let's just crease this one first, okay, on the inside. And then let's crease this one next. And then our final one is here. So you can make some simple cards really easily. And this is a great way to de-stash all this paper that we hoard as well, to use it. And this creates our card base, which is perfect. And it doesn't add a lot of bulk if you were using 12 by 12 paper. So hi Donna and Kathy, welcome. Okay, so now let's build our card into something pretty, right? Okay, so let's grab in a few things. So as I said, this was the jump off, was what we used that center embellishment earlier. Let me zoom in now. Now we've got that trimmer out of the way. And we're kind of going to build our card base up a little bit. So we're using the same measurements. This was 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and then this would be 3 inches by 4 inches. So I ran my pecan pie. I'm using colors from our paper, and that really helps me coordinate. It makes a beautiful card. So I've already ran it through the Basics 3D Crosshatch Design embossing folder already. And we're going to just layer this onto some pebbled path, okay? Let's see. It's Friday, so I really wanted to have a quick and simple video for you all to have today because it's 5 o'clock somewheres, right? Okay, so we've got that. Then we're going to, yes, what are we going to do? Dimensionals, Nancy. Let's grab some dimensionals here. Let's put some dimensionals on here and dimensionalize this. Let's do this, and I meant to do this too. Have this all ready to go. I like to, I use a lot, I don't know, I want to make sure it doesn't like sag on me. Okay. Let's see. So is everybody with me so far on how easy it is to do this card? Oh, yikes. I forgot to grab some linen thread here. All right, I gotta think. Where do I have some? Forgot. Oh, good. I've got some linen thread here. I forgot to make a bow before we started, but we can make a bow today. Sometimes it's good. You all need that refresher course on making a bow, right? Okay, so dimensionals are sticking to me, so just add this on here. I'm going to put it up towards the top because, yes, I've already done my label. And we're going to put a label down here as well. So we're going to put some dimensionals on here. So I did a quarter strip of gold, just like we did on yesterday's card as well. So let's add this, and I'm getting my backings all over the place. Here we go. Let's add this right there. Okay, so this is going to be our focal point right there. Okay, isn't that looking gorgeous? And let's add our linen thread. So, you know what? I think I'm going to just do a single bow. Let's see how that looks. I don't know. I always like using this hair pick where I start with a length over here, and I just want enough length to tie my bow. So I'm just putting it down through the middle of this comb here and bringing it back up from the back and tying a bow. And it gives me a perfect bow every single time. Here we go. Tied it nice and tight. Okay, so let's give this, just cut this off right now. Let's see how this is going to look, because I just want a thin bow. Yeah, that's going to look great. So we need some mini glue dots, so let's grab a mini glue dot. Let's put that on there, and I'm going to roll it. Sometimes, because this is so thin, it helps if you kind of just grab take your pick tool with the little pick end and roll your mini glue dot a little bit, and I'm going to just set it right down on there because I don't want my glue dot to show, and because this is so thin. All right, we're looking good here, so let's go to the inside. Now that we've got this ready to go, we're going to set this aside, and we're going to decorate the inside of our card because it's important to build up our card first, okay, the inside first, so we know where to center the rest. It just makes everything else simple to center. Okay, I need some grid paper in here because we're going to do a little stamping off. We're going to take our Pebbled Path ink here, and you know what? I didn't grab any pecan pie, but we'll just go with the Pebbled Path. Okay, we are going to just take this crosshatch design, and I'm going to just stamp off. Let's see, let's test it to see how many times I want to stamp. I think I'm going to stamp twice, okay? And I'm going to just put something in the corner right there, and then we're going to grab this leaf, and we're going to do this full strength, okay? We'll put the leaf here in the corner, and voila, we are good. So let's glue. We're ready to glue. I think I made this 3 3/4 by 5 inches. Let me just double check. Yep, 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and we're matting it on 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 piece of cardstock. Okay. Hi, Carol. Yes, happy beautiful Friday. It has stopped snowing here in central New York, so I'm ready for sunshine. And it's starting to get exciting because Monday is eclipse day, and we should be able to see it. So we are in the path to see it for at least a minute. We're kind of like on the edge. Okay, see how this is looking? So it's all lined up and looks great. Now this is going to help us line up our focal point here, okay? Because we want to be able to have a nice guide here and everywhere else. But we only want to put some adhesive. We're going to use dimensionals on this part over here. Do I want to do adhesive or dimensionals? Let's see. I did dimensionals there. And what did I do on this one? That one I did do flat. Maybe we will go flat. Okay. So let's turn it on its side. This helps me visualize it better. So we've got a nice distance, you know, here where the white is showing, right? And this looks good here as well. But I also want to make sure I don't get any adhesive past this piece of pecan pie, okay? So we'll just start with our line here, and we'll just add some liquid glue, just so you see how it doesn't go past the pecan pie. Let's zip in a little bit more. Whoops, there we go. Can you see that? How it's not going past? Okay, let's zoom back out. And now I can finish putting some more adhesive on the rest of this, okay? There we go. Now I can, so when I'm doing this, I always make sure it's going in the correct direction, okay, also. So I've got it lined up, and then I just kind of give it a flip like that so it's on the side that I know is correct. Okay, so let's adhere this down. That looks good. And let's just give it a look. See, no glue is showing, and that's what's really important. And the one good thing, if you're using liquid glue, you can let it dry, let it totally dry. And if you happen to have one of these adhesive removers, that will remove any excess glue. So make sure you have one of these in your stash. We do not currently sell them anymore, but you can find them like in the Dollar Tree store or on Amazon as well. So I think they're cheaper in the Dollar Tree store if you can find them there. Okay, look at this. Isn't this looking great? So you can now make a choice, okay? You can make a choice whether you want to like adhere these two panels together. So this just kind of opens like this, or you can have it so it opens like this. So it depends on how much design work you want to do, okay? Yeah, we could do a little bit more, couldn't we? We could just even add something else on here. Let's see. What else do I have here that's like cut out? This might look good on here as well. So we're going to, so what do you guys think? Do you think having this just kind of flap like this, or do you think having it totally open? Let me know what you think, okay? In the meantime, we're going to add a panel here. We're going to do one of these heartfelt hexagon punch pieces. We're making this really easy. You could do a die cut if you wanted to, but I went simple. And we're going to just stamp a image on here, okay? So we're going to use, thanks for making me smile, okay? So this is just a great, you know what? I wanted to use Memento here. Let's grab that, kind of clean that off a little bit. And let's stamp this onto here. You could stamp first and then punch if you really want to make sure that, you know, your words are straight. This is pretty good. That way you're totally sure it's going to be straight as well. Now let's, we're going to use some more of these stamped images. So let's use some Pebble Path. And I definitely want these light, so I think just twice. So let's stamp here, add a little greenery down on this right there. Okay, it just kind of gives it a little bit more decoration, okay? All right, anybody got a idea? Should we leave it totally open, or should we glue this shut so it's like a little flap? Okay, I haven't got that, and nobody has said anything yet about which way to go here. So in the meantime, let's adhere this onto the panel. Okay, and I got my cases of catalog in the mail, so I'll be working on getting them ready for packaged up for open house with some goodies in it. And for those who need one mailed, here we go. Okay, we've got that. And then let's pop this onto here. Yeah, I think we could just kind of go like this in the middle. It's just a little bit more decoration. Okay, no request. All right. Now I'm going to all the way open is what Colleen says. Okay, we'll leave it open. I'm going to show you one. I'll show you one that's got it adhered closed, okay? So here's this. This really does it. What do you think? Isn't that cool? So on a shelf, it would look kind of neat, all displayed and open. And you could even still add, you know, like another message up in here if you wanted to. There is so many possibilities by doing this. But let's add a little bit of embellishment too. I've got these rustic metallic adhesive back dots that we can add. These are retiring, but they go perfectly, I think, with this. So let's see, let's put a big one there, and then let's put another one here, and another one up here. We got our triangle, okay? It's always good to create a triangle with your embellishments. And in odd numbers too, is what I like. Okay, and now let's, and then here's the envelope right there, okay? But let's look at one that's already closed up so you can see the difference. Let me move some ink out of the way so we don't ruin these beautiful cards here. Here we go. And let's move this. So who took measurements down so you can create a template, okay? Let me know in the comments if you do. It'll be easier for recipients. Thanks, Kathy. It would be. It is easier for recipients to display. So let's look at this design right here. Is this the one I got? Nope. Hang on. Let me grab one that's got it closed. So I've got this, and then it flaps open like this, and then flaps open like that. I mean, it does kind of go like this if you want it displayed. I don't know if you guys can see that, you know, so it does stand, but this does make it more landscapey, like a photo type thing as well. So yeah. Okay. So as you can see, here's this design here where both sides of the paper coordinate really well with each other. And I embossed gold embossing powder on the pebbled path with this one, and did the same crosshatch background, and then just did some embossing with the leaves. I kind of burnt my paper a little bit, and then just a simple background. I love this. I love this paper. Now this one I did, it's got all that gold on the back side. So this is also a great design if you're doing like a gift, a group gift, where you could add more panels for people to write their message too. Okay, so this one is like this, but we could still add some type of design there as well, which I might add afterwards. So yeah, anyways, so I hope you love this. So make sure you head to my online store and use the April host code to purchase any of these products that you like. Let me put all three in the screenshot here. And make sure you sign, if you're a new subscriber to my channel, make sure you subscribe to my newsletter as well, because you never know when these will end up in the newsletter as a Creative Ink library sheet, okay? That's where do I have any handy? Do I have a library sheet handy? Here we go. For instance, here's like the library sheet where it would give you supplies used, some simple directions, and a photo. Like this one has a template, so of that card holder we did a couple of weeks ago. So if you love things like that, that's where you're going to find PDFs for that, as well as other ideas. And also you can see the latest YouTube videos that I've done as well. Okay, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, that you enjoy the eclipse on Monday. I will be back next Wednesday at 3 p.m. Either, hopefully, Facebook was glitchy this week. For some reason, I wasn't able to connect that day, and we were just here on YouTube. But always at 3 p.m. on Wednesdays and Fridays here on YouTube, and to inspire you to be creative and share those creations with others. So, and if you're local to me, there's only 2 more class dates for the month of April, so make sure you come and sign up for a class, and we will see you all soon. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the solar eclipse if you're in the path of it. Bye-bye.